Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bettina, I'm the makeup enthusiast. In today's video, I'm sharing with you my next update on my Pan Those eyeshadows. I have another exciting update for you. I have two eyeshadow pans, so if you want to see how I'm going on this project, then stay tuned. But before we get into the video, if you are new around here and you love watching eyeshadow project panning or any other panning related content, make sure you subscribe down below. And without further ado, let's jump on into the update. You heard it, I have two new pans. For those of you that are new around here and new to my Pan Those eyeshadows, I currently am working on 5 eyeshadows at a time in this project. My goal is to hit pan. I don't dabble with the usage goals. I don't mess around. My goal is to hit pan on eyeshadows. I'm currently using Makeup by Lainey's spreadsheet, so that's how I am picking out my eyeshadows. I randomly generate a number from that spreadsheet. Actually, I have the spreadsheet now, I think, in my Pretty Random app. So I randomly generate a prompt from that spreadsheet, and using that prompt, I go and locate an eyeshadow in my collection. My also sub goal at the moment with how I pick my eyeshadows is I'm trying to hit a pan in every palette. So I utilize the prompts and picking my shadows in this project to help me reach that goal. So basically, any of the palettes that I'm rotating into this project, generally the palette won't have any other pans in the palette. All that being said, let's jump in to the update. Let me bring up my prompts. Let's start off with the first one. The first one has been in the project since the start of the year, and it is to match the prompt of a least favorite shadow from my favorite palette. Now, my favorite palette at the moment is the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palette. I find this palette so beautiful, so easy to work with and everything. I'm currently working on the color Down to Earth, which is this one here, and I am sitting at 17 uses now. I was at 16 uses last month, so I've only used this one additional time, which is very disappointing. This one is taking me quite a while to hit pan on. I really need to up the usage to get anywhere close to hitting pan on this one. So it is what it is. It's going to continue to stay in the project for quite some time, and I'll continue to work on it as I can. Next up, we have the prompt of a outer corner / deepening shade. Now, this eyeshadow came in last month. For this prompt, I grabbed out the Natasha Denona Gold palette and I rotated in the color Log. And I do have a bit of a dip starting to show on Log, as you can see there. I've used Log 10 times. And I reckon maybe if I could get it up another 10 uses, the dip is going to be very substantial, and I could potentially be very close to hitting pan. I think around the 20 to 30 uses I might have pan on this one, but I just need to put in the work. It's only been in the project for a little while, so I'm not mad that I don't have pan on this one yet, but I am getting good progress. I'm getting a dip on it. I'm happy to see it going well so far. And then the other one that I need to update you on comes from my Be Perfect Carnival for the Antidote palette. I rotated this one in to match the prompt of a red shadow shimmer. From this palette, I picked the color Pin Up, which is this one right here. As you can see, it is starting to form a bit of a dip going. I have, however, only used this one 3 times in total. So I've only used it an additional 2 times since the last update. So I really need to up the progress on this one if I am going to see pan on it anytime soon. But it is still starting to see a dip. All 3 of these are showing a dip, but I'm not really putting the effort in to see any real progress on them. Now, the next one is my first pan of this update, and it comes from my Colourpop Just My Luck palette. I rotated in this shadow to match the prompt of a shadow that starts with the letter O. From this palette, I grabbed for the color Olive You, and as you can see there, I did manage to hit pan. Now, I was using this one quite a bit for nail polish. So I did hit pan on this one with 26 uses. Last update, I only had it at 6 uses. So I've used it a total of 20 times in the last like 2.5 months, I think it is about, since I last updated this project. So I have made really good progress on this one considering, and I think I used it on my nails. I must have done like maybe like three like repaints of my nails using this. Yeah, I can't quite remember exactly where the uses come from, but with 20 additional uses, it must have been like 3 rounds of nails and then a couple eyeshadow applications, and it got me easily to the 20 uses. And last but not least is my Glamonatrix Sandra Rose palette. I rotated this one in to match the prompt of a pan graveyard. Now, this was a pan or a palette or an eyeshadow that I previously tried to hit pan on, but I was unsuccessful. So from this palette, I rotated in the color Petal. I had previously tried to hit pan on this one and I was gravely unsuccessful, but I have actually managed to hit pan on it. And I hit pan on this one today with my eyeshadow look, and I'm actually really loving how my eyeshadow look turned out. I have been like dipping into this one quite a lot lately. It's actually been pairing incredibly well with my Lisa Eldridge eyeshadow palette that I'm working on in my project Level Up. The pink pairs really well with the really deep brown color from the Cinnabar palette. It turns out to make like this almost like burgundy, like purple outer corner color by mixing it with the pink. Really, really beautiful. I have worn it like once or twice to work with the pink in the crease from this palette, and then like on the outer corner over the top I'll add that deep brown color, and then I'll just on the lid use the top coat from that palette, from the Lisa Eldridge palette, and I got like so many compliments on my eyeshadow. It looked beautiful. So this one actually, I was really surprised that I hit pan on this one quite quickly. I will say, I think I attribute that one to the fact that I believe when Glamonatrix released this palette, they were still hand pressing the shadow. 2, this shadow actually like completely shattered on me, so I also had to re-hand press it. So I think given both of those factors meant that it was already quite a like softly loose shadow. It did kick up quite a lot given that they were hand pressed, and also I think because it like hand pressed and completely shattered, I lost a bit of it. So that's probably also contributed to it. It was like half a pan already. So it was quite easy to hit pan when it was like half the way already done for me unintentionally. So I will mark those 2 prompts as completed. Got my spreadsheet up on my laptop, but I did actually transfer on to my Tiny Decision app. I don't know if it's still up to date, but we'll just play it by ear. So let's see what we get. I need to do 2 prompts. Okay, so we have another pan graveyard. The second one will be blue shadow shimmer. I don't think I'm very excited about that because that's not really going to work with what's going on with everything else at the moment. I'm going to go grab those 2 from my collection and I will be back in a second. I'm back. I've picked my shadows. I've picked really hard shadows. So this is going to be a challenge. So to start off with the first prompt, was blue shadow shimmer. I'm grabbing for my other Be Perfect Carnival palette. So this is the first Carnival palette. And I am going to rotate in this color Breezy. So that's that one there. This is going to be a real challenge for me. So this is what Breezy looks like. That's the blue shimmer shadow. And then to match the graveyard prompt, I'm rotating in my Natasha Denona Circo Loco palette. Now last year I tried to hit pan on the color Spiral and it was a complete fail. So we're going to try again. Am I a glutton for punishment? Yes. So let's see how I go this time around. But I will say, I think that this orange might go well with the blue, if I do say so myself. So we might see like 20 orange blue looks until we hit pan on both of these. So those are the two new ones. So we have the Breezy from the Carnival palette and then Spiral from the Circo Loco palette. And then let's just quickly swatch the other shadows that I am currently working on. Then we have Peanut from the Stacey Marie Antidote palette, or the Be Perfect Antidote palette. Even maybe the orange and red could go. Maybe like a nice little fiery look. There's that one. Then we have Log from the Gold palette, which is that matte brown. And last but not least is Down to Earth from the Nearly Naturals palette, which is going to be a bad swatch because it's my thumb. A bit of a disconnected, discombobulated color story. There's a few like different ones that maybe go together, kind of. We'll see how we go. I don't know whether it's the most cohesive color story, but I think like the blue and orange could go together. Like just thinking of ways that I can use multiple shadows together. Like the blue and orange could go together. The orange, red and brown could go together. The brown and the matte khaki color could go together, or olivey color. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't think there's going to be any pans next month unless I crack out my nail polish technique. Then there might be pans, but I don't think there's going to be pans in this project next month. So we'll see how we go. Wish me luck on my new color story. If you have any brilliant ideas for me, let me know down in the comments because I think I'm going to need it to work on this color story. Any help would be muchly appreciated. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments how you are doing. I would love to hear from you. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe down below so you can keep up to date on this project pan, any other beauty related project pans that I'm currently working on. That's it for this video, beautiful. I hope you're having a fantastic day and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, beautiful.